Hello everyone, my name is Carole and I have a cuteness warning out on my video today because I have been sewing with two lovely pieces of fabric, this wonderful soft fabric, fleece fabric, and this that can only make you smile, and I've been making some children's wear for my grandchildren. So you're joining me for hashtag Friday Sews and also hashtag Festive Friday Sews. Friday Sews was started by Jen from Today and Jen's Sewing Room, and Festive Friday Sews was Rachael from the French Seams, both amazing channels, and I will link them down below. I do have to say though, I haven't got much festive content for you other than things that I've made to give as gifts. But I'm going to start with the cutest thing I've probably ever made. Now, I went shopping with my daughter and I came across a remnant of this fabric. Now, this is beautiful fabric. It's like a fleecy teddy bear, but it is the devil's fabric. It sheds everywhere. I've had a nightmare sewing this stuff, even though it looks so cute. Now, I made, for the first time in my life, I've been sewing since I was tiny, I made a dressing gown, and I used this pattern, New Look 6170, and I just did a simple dressing gown pattern. It is for a 6-month-old, so she'll be around 6 months at Christmas, and I couldn't resist doing a little dressing gown for her, so I'm going to just grab it. I'm sorry, isn't this the cutest thing? It's adorable. So you had the collar that you had to sew on, double-faced collar. It's just wonderful. It's got a little tie belt. I have made some belt loops on the side, which was kind of an optional. I will say though, this fabric sheds so badly, I've had to make sure every seam is enclosed. The room is a tip, but in fact I even might wash it again before I give it as a present, just to get rid of all the loose bits. But it's so cute and so adorable. I've never made a dressing gown and I would love to make another, but maybe in a fleece and not this kind of devil fabric. Yeah, you got to admit that's cute. Now, I will say I'm actually stood up in my sewing room today because I had so many bits to show you and I didn't want to keep stopping and editing the film, and also my chair still squeaks and I still haven't managed to oil it. So I thought I'd stand up today and be more business-like. So the other things I made are the two sweatshirts out of the Disney fleece for my grandsons. So I used this pattern and I refer to it a lot, but you really got to ignore all the silly hats. This was a reprint of an old pattern, but I just used the sweatshirt pattern and I add a pocket on the front. So got the two grandsons and I have made two different sizes. So I've made age 3. Now this time, and I've never done it before, I actually used some ribbing because I just happened to have the right colour. So although it's a contrasting colour, I think it works. I think it's a bit soft around the neck. I've raised the neck up a little bit as well because I have found in the past this drops down a bit too low on them. So this is the 3-year-old with the little pockets, and I've had to make a 7-year-old one now. So yeah, in fact, it's funny, I didn't pattern match at all, but you can't see where the pocket is even though I haven't pattern matched it. But yeah, I put out my first ever short on my channel this week. I was not feeling the greatest this week, so I wanted to show you some hats I'd embroidered, so I put the first short out, and that was that I kind of embellished these hats. My daughter bought me these hats and they were plain, just beanie hats like that, and she said, please can you jazz them up? So I did. I made the matching bauble. I just so happened to have the right colour blue and black wool to make the pom-poms or baubles or whatever you call them on the top of hats. And I used Pluto for the oldest and McQueen, of course. You've seen me do many McQueen things before, for the little one. So I just think they look so much better than they did before. Now, I went to visit my parents last week, and my mum was a great sewer. She's sewn as well all her life, and she had half made a skirt. Well, she more or less 90% made this skirt, but never finished it. And she just had, it was a tweed, beautiful tweed fabric. I would say tweed, like a wool, but I don't know if you can see, but it's got this beautiful little salmon pink line running through it. Now, she'd made the skirt up, put the zip on, so she'd done all the hard work, but she hadn't done a waistband, and the reason is she didn't have enough pieces of fabric, so there was no pattern pieces or anything. In fact, the skirt was an interesting one because it's all in one. There's no side seams, which I found very interesting. So she'd made it, but she didn't have enough for the waistband, and I think she sort of put it to the side, as we all do. So she asked if I would try and finish it. Now, luckily, I had a needle cord, and horrible piece of fabric, but it's a needle cord in very similar colours. So what I did, I had enough to put on the waistband on the front, but just as you get to the side, and it's all it is the back. Please excuse the horrible button, but that's all I had. I've done the needle cord. So, you know, you won't see it because we all wear jumpers over the top anyway, but at least the front bit, I just about managed to line it up as well. So all she's got is 2 tiny little bits left over should anything happen. But yeah, I managed to finish that for her, so I'm really pleased, and now I've shown you, I can send it off to her. But yeah, that was a fun little project this week. I've had a week in this sewing room where I've been running around like a headless chicken, trying to, oh, I want to do that, oh, I want to do that. And I don't know if any of you are the same. And we all got organised in November and did a gift to November, but I'm still thinking, oh, I just want to make something for somebody, or oh, we'll just make something else. I made a few more of these little fabric boxes, which I put the jotter block inside. That paper is loose, and I put it in the plastic container to give it a bit more structure. But I'm going to be giving these away with sort of a nice sort of decorative pen I managed to get hold of. But I was really pleased with these. Loved this fabric that I got hold of, these fat squares. So I made, I think I've made about 5 more of these boxes this week. I then also started thinking, oh, I want to do some placemats. So I've started doing some very basic placemats, kind of double-sided, so you got the more somber side or the more festive side, depending on who's sat there. And I've got all these other pieces ready to go on those. I want to try and do 8 if I can, but I've only got 2 done so far because I keep getting distracted. One thing I forgot to tell you is what I'm wearing today, and I'm afraid it's good old Butterick 6859. I didn't realise how many I actually have of these, but this was this beautiful French terry. It looks like a tie-dye that I bought, I think earlier in the year, and it's got those wonderful gathered sleeve heads there, raglan sleeve, easy top to make up. It's got a nice knitted waistband, nice cozy cuffs. I've made so many of these, it's crazy, so I'm very samey. Another thing I kept getting distracted at is this embroidery machine here keeps distracting me by encouraging me to embroider things for people. I did buy, in our family, my son has a Labradoodle. It's an Australian Labradoodle, nice golden colour. And I thought, oh, I know, I'll get a towel and I'll embroider his name on it for Christmas. So I did. I got hold of a towel, but then I realised I'm not going to be able to embroider it the colour, same colour he is, because you won't be able to see it. So I had to, again, use a patch. So it looks quite smart actually. I'm quite pleased with it. But his name's Rory, and I managed to download from the Artspira, which is a Brother app that goes along with the Brother machine, and do this little lovely cute little face on there. Now I will say I had to do something really brave, because I went to download this. So you choose it on the app. I did put a video out a few months ago now about how you can use the app and transfer designs to your embroidery machine. But I went to do that and it told me that I needed to update the software. Now I went into absolute panic mode because I had no idea how you would do that. But in the guide, it just told you to log on, put your USB stick in, download the software into your machine, and I did it, and without any hassle at all. So I was really pleased. But yeah, I wasn't aware I had to keep the software updated. I suppose you do, don't you? It's like a phone or an iPad or anything like that. But yeah, after all that, I've saved that now, so I've got it. But yeah, I thought that was quite sweet. I also, as I said, we're going to Disney, and me being me, I didn't want anything Disney to wear, so I bought a very cheap sweatshirt from a very cheap shop, and I've just done a very subtle little Disney wreath embroidery on the side. This is absolutely enormous on me, but it's the only size I could get. But yeah, so that's my subtle bit of Disney wear that I will be wearing for our trip. I met a couple of friends this week for like a Christmassy lunch, and I had some presents, and I wanted just to make some quick gift bags for them. And I have to say, I know everybody does bags out of fat quarters, but I had very little time, so I managed to make some, and they turned out so smart. I was so happy with them, and I made them so quickly, and I didn't measure anything. And the reason is I just used the lines. This is another fat quarter that came with it bundle, but I just used the lines where it had been folded, and that is literally all I did. Just kind of folded it in half, and I got the size of bag I wanted. But yeah, I made 2 bags without any measuring, and they came out so smart. I need to do some more. So what you'll gather from this week is I haven't sewn anything for myself at all. I haven't got like a Christmassy special top to wear Christmas Day. I've still not finished doing my pyjamas that are cut out. They've been cut out for about 3-4 weeks now, and I still haven't made them. I literally have nothing to show you, no fashion show, because everything I've sewn this week has been for everybody else. So next week, I really hope, I've got another 2 things to make for people, but apart from that, I really like to make some things for myself, because the pyjamas definitely, and something nice to wear for Christmas, because it's only a couple of weeks away now. This weekend is really busy. We've got a Father Christmas visit on a train in the local sort of park where we live. There's all sorts of things. It's like a woodland park. So we've got a wonderful little Father Christmas train trip to meet Father Christmas. We did that last year, and yeah, very excited to do that. And then my son and his family are coming for Sunday, and so there will be a lot of dogs and a lot of young children, and I'm really excited to have my new granddaughter here for the weekend. So yeah, full on busy. So it won't be till next week till I probably get back in here again. I have hardly any photos to share with you, just a couple. A very Christmassy photo. Christmas wouldn't be Christmas if you didn't share a car with a tree that you've just bought from a Christmas tree shop place. So yeah, and we did go to Paulton's Park, which is our local theme park, at the weekend, and there's just a couple of Christmassy photos there, just sort of fun photos. Thank you so much for joining me. I love spending time with you, and I'm so glad that you've watched this video, and I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, I would love that you would share your appreciation just by clicking the like button, or if you haven't subscribed, then I would love you to subscribe, and then you won't miss out on any new content that I bring out next year. Have a wonderful weekend, and like I keep saying to myself, just stay calm. Christmas happens whether we like it or not, and everything is always sorted, and it goes by fine, and that's another year done. So just chill. That's what I keep saying. Bye bye for now.